Well. What is going on, my friends? I hope that you had a wonderful day. Honestly, just wanted to get on here and listen to myself speak for a minute. Don't have anything too important to discuss, even though there are two completely random things that I kind of want to chat about just real fast. I really like the habit of filming and uploading a video every day. And so, yeah, if you've been enjoying like the daily uploads, that's cool. It's not that late, but your boy has an official job interview tomorrow. And I just want to say that, I mean, even if I don't get the job, that like I have not had a boss in like a year and a half, like going on 2 years. A year and a half, something like that. Yeah, I've owned my own business. It has had moderate success, but I mean, just kind of taking a moment to reflect on the last 2 years I think it's necessary because, man, it's been a journey, you know what I mean? And to be honest, the idea of getting this new job and waking up and going to work every day, well, I know that there's a lot of people that already do that every day, but you should be grateful for your job because that's not a bad gig, probably. Now, I know there's so many different types of jobs out there. I get that. I really get that. And I'm not saying owning your own business versus being an employee, like one is better than the other, because honestly, man, you know, there's pros and cons to both. And yeah, anyways, so I mean, I've had a marketing and website design company, Matt Davis Marketing, for the past 2 years, 3 years. And before that, my LLC was called Beach Authority, and it was an online e-commerce store. And, you know, when I decided I was going to pivot, you know, businesses, I just changed the name of my LLC. It's something that a lot of people probably don't think about or maybe don't know, is that if you have a business and then you want to change your business name to something else, you know, it's pretty easy to do. But anyways, I have always, you know, taken a certain amount of pride in being a business owner, and I know that it takes a lot of work, or at least that's what we're told, right? It's like you don't know until you actually go in and try to do it yourself. And I mean, I have to be perfectly honest with you guys. I mean, my business was moderately successful, but not super successful, you know. I'm pretty happy with the amount of success that came from it. And I think that's all that matters. You know what I mean? Like, no, it didn't make me like $1 million or anything like that. But like, I often tell people actually that having my own business for the last year and a half has felt like I'm halfway broken out of the matrix, because I have all of my time, right? Like to myself. Like I wake up every day and I can do whatever I want with my time. But at the same time, you know, if the business isn't that profitable or you're constantly struggling financially, then, well, you don't have the other half of being, you know, fully financially free, right? Because you have to have plenty of money to do what you want. And then, of course, all of the time to do those things. That's pretty much the definition of breaking out of the matrix. I guess that's my definition. Not sure what yours is. Drop a comment below. So yeah, I mean, that's been cool. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I think that everything certainly happens for a reason. You know, I have been in kind of a financial bind recently where, you know, essentially my financial obligations have not been able to, or my business has not been able to catch up with my financial obligations, right? And yeah, I mean, gosh, I'm just so grateful that I have a good attitude, I guess, because other people I'm sure would view this as like failure or, you know, like giving up on the business, or myself, you know, I'm giving up on like myself. I just want to tell any business owners or entrepreneurs or anyone out there that is struggling but feels weird about getting a job or finding a job, that, you know, there's really no shame in doing that. And I think I have to admit that for a while I was kind of in that boat because of the way my last employment ended, which for the record, I'll tell you, like, it was over like a Facebook page, like, and that's all I need to say. And I was like, this is so dumb, man. And the amount of time, you know, it can take sometimes to tighten up your resume and fill out applications and go through the interview process. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot to be fired over a Facebook page like. That's all I'm saying. man, that's all I've got, honestly, on that topic. Like, I'm not employed yet, but I have an opportunity with a very long-standing established company. I don't really want to say like what it is or who it is, just, it is like a sales position with a base salary plus commission, which is super cool. And just kind of came walking through my LinkedIn inbox like one day. And so I think it's always good to be open to opportunities. I think that's something that we should all just keep in our mind, is you should always be open to opportunities, no matter how much you like your current situation or, dislike it. Or I'd like to think most of us are open-minded, but it can be really easy to be somewhere and be comfortable and be kind of afraid of change. So yeah, just be open to new opportunities. Actually went out and bought a lint roller tonight because I need to lint roll my suit jacket that I have. Thing's got some hair on it, but I'm going to casually move on to the second part of this video, which is just a complete pivot 180. Really, really random. I felt like this was so serious. I didn't mean for this video to be that serious, you guys. I didn't mean it for it to be that serious. I think I'm trying to talk a little quieter because it's later for whatever reason, but okay, you guys, I was like sick the other week, right? I think I had like the latest version of COVID, whatever it might have been. Didn't really feel sick. It was just like really low energy and I was coughing a lot, lots of coughing, mucus up, and just whatever. Felt like garbage, man. I don't know if y'all have got the bug that's been going around, but I was laying there and my lungs and chest were so tight and I was like, I feel dehydrated. And I don't know what it was. It clicked and I was like, I'm gonna go to the store and get some sort of like hydration drink. And actually, I'm not sure why, but in my mind, I was like, I want to try those liquid IV drinks. And no, literally, you guys, I went and got some of those, and I can't believe how good I felt after drinking that. Like, I almost felt healed from whatever I had. It was incredible, and I'm totally hooked on these now. So, let me think. Yeah, liquid IVs, man. I actually just went and got some. I want to show you guys these. I'm like actually a pretty big advocate of these because of how well they work. And they're better than Gatorade, Propel, regular water. I'm telling you, liquid IVs. If y'all have never seen these, I just picked up watermelon and rainbow sherbet, sugar-free rainbow sherbet, dude. I'm like actually kind of hyped for that. And so anyways, man, we're going to do a taste test of the watermelon live on the air. I've had the new Rocket Pop one, fire. Had the grape one, fire. Had the Arctic raspberry, fire. They're all fire. And so we're about to do watermelon live on the air. I'm already so excited for this. I think it's going to be good. Let's go, man. Incredible. Nah, bro, I actually do believe like a lot of us are more dehydrated than we think. These are really good. I just can't get over how good I feel every time I drink one. That's all I've got. Have a good night. I'll see you in the next one.